Now we have this. You prove that 1 minus sine squared of theta over sine of theta equals to cosine of theta divided by tangent of theta. Let us prove using the term on the left hand side. The term on the left hand side is this. You want to show that this part equals this part. So since there is a square here, I'm going to use this identity using sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals to 1. Let me write, this is theta, this is theta. Sorry for that mix-up. So there is this identity that says sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals 1. Now I make this one the subject of the formula. So sine squared of theta equals to 1 minus cosine squared of theta. Therefore, where there is sine squared of theta, here I put there this value. So 1 minus 1 minus cosine of theta, cosine squared of theta. Whatever that is in this bracket is this, and it represents sine squared of theta over sine of theta equals to cos of theta divided by tangent of theta. What else can we do? 1 minus 1 is just 0. Negative times negative is positive. So we have positive of cosine of theta over sine of theta equals to cosine of theta over tangent of theta. I can also use tangent of theta equals to sine of theta over cosine of theta. I want to use this one here where there is I want to make this one wait. How can I use this one in this? This is what you are going to do. Since there is a square here, if this one equals to this, then it means 1 over tangent of theta equals to reciprocal of this, cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. Reciprocal both sides, this side and this side. So then multiply both sides by cosine of theta. So here I'm going to have cosine of theta times 1 over tangent of theta equals cosine of theta times cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. I've multiplied both sides by the same thing, cosine of theta. So this one will be cosine of theta over tangent of theta equals, this times this is squared, cosine squared of theta over sine of theta. And that is definitely what we have here. This one equals to this, cosine squared of theta over sine squared of theta equals to cos of theta divided by tangent of theta. That is also how you can prove it. Now we show that this part equals this part. We keep the left hand side intact and manipulate this side. So using tangent of theta equals to sine of theta divided by cosine of theta. Substitute that in here. On the left hand side we have 1 minus sine squared of theta over sine of theta equals to cosine of theta divided by, now this is what I'm going to do, cosine of theta divided by tangent of theta. I'm going to use this over cosine of theta. So 1 minus sine of theta, or sine squared of theta equals over sine of theta equals cosine of theta times cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. So 1 minus sine squared of theta over sine of theta. This times this, you square that. Up to this point, we bring in another identity which says sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals to 1. Make this the subject of a formula. So bring this one to the other side. So cosine squared of theta, this one will be equal to 1 minus this, sine squared of theta. Substitute the whole of this thing here. Therefore, 1 minus sine squared of theta over sine of theta equals to cosine squared of theta is here. So 1 minus sine squared of theta over sine of theta. Now indeed the left hand side equals the right hand side.